Gosh, what am I doing? Okay, sorry guys, I forgot. I have to hit the button.
Got me hot. Yeah. Got me hot.
We're brothers, we're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
Welcome to another edition of Bro Talk Live, the best show on late night for you by us, Bro Talk. We're always the Marcus main man, Jason. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the show on a Tuesday night. I forgot to hit the button to actually play the intro. I'm sorry. I thought when I hit go live, for some reason, it would do both. But the guys know why. But let's get over to Dex. What up, bro?
Dexter Stuckey here. Super excited to be here. I didn't even get an introduction. Like, hey, Dexter, man, Dexter. But Dexter Stuckey here. Super excited to be here. Quick question for you guys. Have you guys ever heard of a cherry plum?
No.
So I was in the grocery store this week. It's not my Dexter does it. But I was in the grocery store this week, and I saw a cherry plum, and I was like, I know this is manufactured just like watermelon without seeds in it, but I got to have it. And I'm here to tell y'all, please go get them. They're at Trader Joe's. They're amazing.
If you guys would like me to ask a question about Dex's glasses, please throw it in the chat, and I'll do so. I'm not sure why.
These are Coach Prime Airbenders.
Oh, that's why you paid a lot of money. Ty, do you wear special glasses when you pay a lot of money for them?
My glasses are forced upon me by evolution or de-evolution, and I don't know.
America's Best, is that where you go?
Inside.
Well, I'm inside of a studio. I'm not inside of a regular house like you are. I'm inside of a studio. Okay.
Okay. I mean, it's glitchy, but I get you.
You're not inside a regular house like me?
No, I'm inside of a studio. I'm on set.
Is that what you call it?
You're talk trash with like people I like.
It's a whole team around me. It's a whole team around me. I don't just do the show like.
All right. Let's Will's not going to be on tonight, so if you do need to contact Will, you can do so on his Twitter page. But Will not be on tonight. So with that, we will get to a lot of things we got going on, including, of course, politics.
Politics as usual.
Again, Dex did not look at the eclipse, and that's not why he has the glasses on. But if you have any other questions about why he is wearing sunglasses on the show tonight, feel free to hit us up.
I'll tell y'all after this segment.
You got them eyes black? Someone blacked them eyes? What's going on?
Now, like, to be honest with you, like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'm mourning my loss of the Republican Party because I'm out of there.
Yeah, okay. We do retract everything. More on that in a second. In case you missed it, President Joe Biden announced that he's ending his candidacy for re-election, and he's endorsing his Vice President Kamala Harris to take his place. President Biden made the announcement on Sunday morning, saying that he believes is in the country's best interest, I should say, for him to step down. Biden expressed his full support for Vice President Harris, encouraging the party to unite behind her to defeat Donald Trump this November. This decision marks the end of a political career that spans over 50 years for President Biden. And the response from the Democratic base has been swift and powerful. Kamala Harris's campaign has shattered fundraising records, pulling in over $100 million in less than 48 hours since the announcement, with over 1.1 million individual donors and 58,000 new volunteers signing up. So a lot of people are rallying behind Kamala Harris. Many see this as a crucial moment to mobilize and secure a victory in November. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump is reacting to Biden's exit with a mix of conspiracy theories, personal attacks. Trump now running against Kamala Harris. We presume Kamala Harris because she hasn't been actually nominated yet because the Democratic National Convention hasn't happened. But all signs are pointing to she will be the nominee. But he took to social media to claim that Biden's withdrawal was orchestrated by the Democratic Party, saying Biden never had COVID. He is a threat to democracy. Among other things, saying it's not over. Tomorrow, crooked Joe Biden's going to wake up and forget that he dropped out of the race today. He is very nasty. No grace whatsoever when it comes to the former president, Joe Biden.
But Joe Biden's still president.
Well, you're correct until they showed him actually being healed from COVID, and he hopped on Air Force One. He didn't look like he was incredibly healthy, but I'm happy that he's moving around and he's still able to execute his vision for America. Whatever that means. Trump's rhetoric has become increasingly erratic, accusing the Democrats of plotting against him. Unhinged, to say the least. Still attacking Joe in that last one. It's a new day, and Joe Biden does remember quitting the race yesterday. He is demanding his campaign schedule and arranging talks with Presidents Xi of China, Putin of Russia, concerning the possible start of World War III. Biden is quote-unquote sharp, decisive, energetic, angry, and quote-unquote ready to go. He's still attacking this guy like he's running against him. And were these like scheduled tweets?
No, I think this is how he actually feels. And it's funny because there's a lot of people in his base that like are reiterating the same stuff. And she's like, guys, you got to move on.
Actually, some of this stuff is pretty interesting. He's like, now we have to start over. Now this and that. Like, start over in what way? Like,
campaign? Like, he has to re-campaign.
Yeah.
Do they already get all these like ads against Joe Biden? And now they have to film them.
If you think about it, the ads have been running for months at this point. Like, ads against Joe Biden. Like, sure, they mentioned Kamala Harris here and there, but like, they just did a whole 4-day convention trashing Joe Biden for 4 days. And then it's like, oh, by the way, I'm not going to be in this no more. like, could you imagine? Could you imagine this being like a work setting and you trash this boss, you trash your boss so badly, and then they'd be like, oh, by the way, I quit. Like,
so here's the thing. Here's the thing that former President Donald Trump should learn. If he had been focusing on an actual platform, if he had been focusing on actual policies, if he had been focused on anything, like his whole thing is, I'm trashing these people. I'm better than these people. They're this and they're that. I'm great. They're stupid. I'm smart. Like that's your whole thing. But had you have at least put out 1 or 2 ads where you focused on,
there's nothing about policy. There's absolutely nothing.
Any policy of any kind that you were going to bring to the table. The only policy he focuses on is denying policy. I'm not connected to Project 2025. I'm not connected to this. I have nothing to do with that. Like, that's the only policy he talks, is like when he's denying policy. But like, had you have done any of that, you wouldn't have to start over. Maybe you snatch down 1 or 2, but you'd have something. But now you have nothing.
In other news, Republican Senator J.D. Vance, recently picked as Trump's running mate, delivered a peculiar speech where he spent an unusual amount of time equating racism to Diet Mountain Dew, in a place, I guess, where he thought that he would get a few complimentary laughs. Here was Vice President in waiting or hoping J.D. Vance's attempt at some sort of subterfuge and charisma.
Democrats say that it is racist to believe, they say it's racist to do anything. I had a Diet Mountain Dew yesterday and one today. I'm sure they're going to call that racist too, but it's good. I love you guys. But
Yikes.
I love you guys. I love you guys.
Smattering of applause.
What do you think they were going to do? It's weird, and I think a lot of it is what Ty just said, is that people want to know more about you. They want some type of policy. They want to know something. You're brand new, and you're reiterating like nothing. Like, you have to like talk to these people. We don't know you. We want to know like what you stand for, what you're going to do, how you're going to keep Trump in line. Like, we need to know what you got going on.
There's no way. There's no keeping Trump in
line. I think that after seeing what happened with Pence, I do think people would like to know that, especially independent voters.
It's not going to happen. Back to the Democrats, Kamala, alongside Doug, gave her first campaign remarks today, emphasizing her experience as a prosecutor and her readiness to take on Donald Trump. Here is she the day after, President Biden decided to step down.
You know, as many of you know, before I was elected as vice president, before I was elected as United States Senator, I was the elected Attorney General, as I've mentioned, of California. And before that, I was a courtroom prosecutor. In those roles, I took on perpetrators of all kinds. Predators who abused women, fraudsters who ripped off consumers, cheaters who broke the rules for their own gain. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type. And in this campaign, I will proudly put my record against his.
I love the pause for applause. She's working that crowd.
Well, we're gonna have to hear her say that 6 times every other week.
You know it is. She's quickly garnered endorsements, though, from key Democratic figures, including Governors Gavin Newsom and Josh Shapiro, and former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. With the Democratic convention just weeks away, the party appears to be coalescing around Kamala Harris. And then, just a few hours ago, we got a bit of breaking news. Bro Talk Live is exclusively reporting that former President Donald Trump has agreed to debate Kamala Harris. So this is going to be interesting.
Has he?
Yes, he has. See, you didn't even know that. You didn't see
that's
it.
must-see TV. They're going to go at it.
Yeah, so they're going to debate. Trump has agreed, saying, I agree to debate with Joe Biden, but I want to debate with her. And she'll be no different because they have the same policies. Saying, I will be willing to do more than one debate, actually. So we'll see if, they get in multiple debates before the November election. How do you think that's going to pan out?
I'm going to love it. You said boring?
No, it's gonna be boring. They're gonna do that thing where he's all muted and he can't talk and he can't go hard laughing.
It doesn't even matter. Like that was okay with Joe Biden because there's only so much he would say. Whatever with her, when she starts to overtalk him or she says something that he feels like is offensive to him, the respect he had for a white man is not going to be the same for a black woman. He's going to call her the B word. He's going to mumble under his breath. There's going to be a lot of what was that? What did you this is going to be good.
He's going to be, yeah, you're right.
It's going to be interesting.
He's going to
lose it. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be must-see TV. Do you think, though, that due to these fundraising numbers, I just told you $100 million in 48 hours, is Kamala actually a threat now? Because last week you guys had zero faith that if Kamala was actually, this was 2 weeks ago, I should say, we talked about this. Zero faith that Kamala could win if she faced Trump.
I am absolutely changing my position on that. I think she's
okay. I love it. See, this is what I want to hear.
Honestly, I'm actually motivated. I'm willing to even say I'm gonna vote for her.
Of course,
am so motivated. But how it's a
hold up. I just want to be clear on something. I don't think, because what we talked about a couple of weeks, what we do on this show in general, we don't necessarily tell you who to vote for. We're not sitting here telling you who has the best position on what. We're not political analysts like that. We're just making takes on what you think is going to happen, right? So last week or 2 weeks ago, I asked you guys, do you think Kamala could beat former President Trump if she was the Democratic nominee? And we basically all agreed. I asked the questions, but you guys said no, pretty much. And I said we were just giving a take, but I don't think we ever said we wouldn't vote for her.
No, but I'm saying like what I've seen in the past 2 days, I've actually never been more inspired and like energized behind a candidate ever in my life. Like this is like
Even Obama. Wow.
seeing
Okay.
that and seeing that mobilization. It's just like I want to be a part of this. Like I want to see her do this. And also like you gotta come on when you get in there, like you see how we were behind you. Like please don't like please get in there and get some stuff done.
Like I guess my biggest concern before was how they were going to do it. It's like, how is this going to happen? And I never thought that Joe Biden would actually step down and step aside the way he did. And I think now that he did, it was like kind of a weird moment. And we were like, how are we going to do this? But then like the outpouring, like Dex said, the fire, it just like, it felt like a movement. It felt cool. And the way they spun Joe Biden as like this American hero, the way they snatched Trump out of syndication because that fool was running. Oh, Trump's hero, Trump's ear. He got shot for America. Like he was killing them. And I was like, oh, he's killing them. And then like a thief in the night, this little letter comes up with this little this little 3-paragraph letter comes out, and also like Trump
she seems extremely ready to do it too. Like she came like immediately hit the campaign trail, and it's like she's entertaining, she's saying things that make sense. Like it's hard not to support her in this situation.
That's the letter you're talking about. There on the left, that letter with Joseph R. Biden Jr. I didn't know he was a junior, by the way. How you get Robinette through 2 generations is crazy to me.
Well, you would have to be named through 2 generations to keep the name Robinette. Nobody's just naming a child Robinette.
It's disgraceful, actually. So there is a chance, and you guys are both okay. I mean, I appreciate the revisit because I was curious if you guys were going to change your tune on that.
And also like I do want to stop this narrative though of that people are saying, and I think this is what we echoed too. We were like, America's not ready for this. Like, what America are we talking about? Because like we're Americans too, and if like I can't keep saying that we're not ready for a black woman. I am. So like, and I'm a part of America too. So like, I can't keep running with that narrative. And I want to start running with the narrative of like, oh, they didn't vote for Hillary, so they're not going to vote for her. Hillary has a whole different set of issues. At the debate with Hillary, Trump kept talking about her emails and corruption and stuff like that. He doesn't have that on Kamala Harris. So like, let's kind of separate those two.
He doesn't have it on Kamala Harris. He doesn't have the rehearsal time to get it for Kamala Harris because these are the things that he's been saying about Biden or things he's been saying for the last, 5-6 years on Biden. So It's not like there's anything new that he has to remember. He's not a child. So it's like an old dog situation where he's going to have to learn a new tactic in a very short amount of time and perform it, But what he's going to end up doing, I think, at all of these rallies and I think at these debates is he's going to resort to what he knows how to do, and that's attack Biden. And it's going to be interesting to see how bad the blunders are going to be. So I think this is fascinating, and I think Trump's in trouble.
I do think though that he would talk about border security because that is something that he's like really strong about, and like she was kind of over there for a bit. So like I do think he has that over her, but like you got to come up with something else, or you really got to make that stick.
I mean, he has 34 felonies convicted. So I think the border situation is a reach, but
his people will find something. It's just whether
we know people are going to vote for who they're going to vote for at this point. Like you said, like you're saying, Ty, like it is what it is, right?
And we do got.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Jason.
We got to understand also who hate everyone, so they'll come up with some reason they hate Kamala Harris. This is how it is.
Yeah, they're already talking about she slept her way to the top and all that.
Yeah.
It didn't take long for the internet to label a moment as cringe between Donald Trump and his current VP, J.D. Vance. Kamala also has to pick the VP coming up in the next couple of weeks, I guess. But Trump's VP that he picked last week, apparently they're still lying to the public and acting like everything's going great despite the apparent awkwardness. Because as we told you last week, J.D. Vance didn't always see it for Trump. He once actually called him Hitler.
Why did you pick J.D. Vance? We've always had a good chemistry, and originally JD was probably not for me, but he didn't know me. And then when we got to know each other, he liked me maybe more than anybody liked me, and he would stick up for me, and he'd fight for the worker as much as I fight for the worker. We just had an automatic chemistry.
Not exactly a glowing endorsement.
I love it. I love it because JD sat there and was quiet. JD didn't open his mouth, and Trump was like, "He loves me. He loves me more than he loves his own dad. What are you talking about? Like, we good over here."
He loves me more than anyone else loves me. I chose him because he loves me so much. That's sick, actually. And it's weird that people don't see how sick that is.
Right. And it's weird to see how not performative it is for everybody. Like, why are we lying?
Not his policy, not because of the things that he put forth, not because of the ideas.
He likes me.
He's there because he loves me more than anyone else loves me.
On the Democrat side, a few names are being floated for their VP position, including Andy Beshear, governor of Kentucky, known for winning in a Republican state. Beshear has shown strong leadership during the pandemic and natural disasters, and big on healthcare, apparently. Then North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper. Cooper has a strong approval rating in North Carolina, which is a Republican state as well. Arizona Senator Mark Kelly is another contender, former astronaut. And then Josh Shapiro from Pennsylvania, who you guys are really familiar with. Strong stances against Trump, supports abortion, but also has the whole supports abortion, supports anti-abortion measures, but also has the whole pro-Israel cloud hanging over him as well right now. So a lot of Democrats are hoping that it's not Josh Shapiro. Each of these potential picks brings unique strengths to the table. What type of vice president do you think would best complement Kamala Harris? Somebody like a Dick Cheney, who is really strong and provides a lot of leadership, basically runs the country for you, or someone more like Mike Pence, who just does what you want them to do as a little lapdog, or even someone like Kamala Harris, who is a good soldier and goes out there and gets your agenda done. What you think?
Truthfully, I think she needs like a Joe Biden type, because I remember when Joe Biden was with Obama, like he was low key like a protector of him. And then it was also like, we are not 100% sold on you, but you got somebody in there that's like literally a career politician that like, even if you couldn't do something right, we know we could depend on them. And I think that's what she needs.
Okay, that's fair. Ty, would you like to see somebody a little stronger, or do you think someone that just, because you want someone that's actually going to be like the next up and coming? Kamala could run for president again. Like she could run for re-election right after this term if she wins. So she could really have about 12 years in office in the sense between vice president and president. So do you really want someone that's the next person up, because you're going to be stalling them out for the next 8 years?
I mean, she's going to need somebody who, I guess, somebody who kind of like is like that in between with like, we have the like really crazy liberals, like change everything, the Bernie Sanders people, like that, like super, craziness, not crazy, but
super liberal, yes,
everything on his head, super liberal. And then you have those Democrats that really could have been old school Republicans, or just can't be Republican now because of it's batshit crazy. I think she needs someone who's like leaning more that way,
moderate,
in order to get the full support that she'll need from all the voters. Like I think she's
like
need, they are. Like you're gonna have to be moderate liberal. You can't be one of those like she can't throw Bernie Sanders or that other woman on the ticket and think she's gonna win.
Elizabeth Warren, yeah, but they're thinking about Pete Buttigieg, who, as we know, is gay, and he had the transportation
guaranteed
job. And you think they're going to lose with that?
Pete can't get on the ticket. Do not put him on that ticket.
We'll see. He's polling as the co-favorite right now amongst Democrats.
I really hate to be that person, but like,
who else I saw? They said Cory Booker too, and I said, to do what?
Yeah,
that's a joke. Like that's a joke, right?
And what is he gonna do? And also I saw Westmoreland as well, but I don't.
Westmore, yeah, but he's also. But I don't think. I think it's too. And I don't want to be this person.
I think Westmore would be. Exactly
I don't think America is ready for that, particularly like.
I don't want to keep saying that. We are America. We're ready for it.
I'm ready for it, but I don't think
half of us already, and we need a little bit more than half us.
We're only
Look,
12.
we have to be confident in ourselves. We can mobilize if we wanted to.
We can mobilize, but we're not mobilizing behind
2.
that team.
Can we mobilize behind Pete Buttigieg? And no,
we need a more balanced team. That team is not balanced enough. I promise you.
The numbers aren't there, Dex. You were just saying the numbers wise.
I hear you.
Aren't adding up to what they need to win. Now, whether or not these people can have positions in the administration, that's another story. But I just don't think the ticket is someplace for, such a progressive group.
Pete's gonna have to run and earn a nomination and run on his own and see how it goes. But we can't this moment right now. We've done a lot of work.
America's not ready for that, but they're ready for Donald Trump and JD Vance in Project 2025. Like
that's where they came from.
I mean, make it great again.
Look at us making good time. Politics are done. No wills to bloviate everything. Ty, shout out to Ty stepping it up. Look at my man out here talking. I love it.
There's a reason for that, right?
Yeah. Tying politics and entertainment together. The owner of X.com, the greatest website on the world. I have to admit, it's fallen off, but it's still the best website on the planet. By far. Look, I'm not saying Elon's on something, but maybe just being rich makes you feel like you can literally do what you want. People be damned. He started off announcing that he will be pledging $45 million a month to a Trump super PAC, which he backed off of literally like an hour ago. He said, I'm not doing that anymore. After saying this at the beginning of the week. I guess they asked for the money, and he said, I said that.
He said a month, huh?
A month subscription?
Dang, month.
He then posted this random AI rendering of popular world leaders and notable people walking a runway as if it's the most normal thing on the internet. And that, something that the person with the most resources in the world would post and people wouldn't be afraid of. This is what it was.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows, only time. And who can say if your love grows as your heart shows, only time. We gotta
The richest man in the world is promoting AI technology that can do that.
I hate AI, but I love that.
Oh my gosh, it is amazing. Like no consequences, not afraid of anything. I guess when you're rich, you can do that. He also had a recent interview with far-right psychologist Jordan Peterson, where he discussed his 20-year-old daughter, Vivian Jenna Wilson, who transitioned in 2022 and legally changed her name, severing ties with her father, Musk, and any associations. Musk, referring to her by her pre-transition name, made several incendiary remarks claiming that she was killed by the woke mind virus.
And so I lost my son, essentially. They They call it dead naming for a reason.
Yeah,
All right. So the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead. So my son Xavier is dead, killed by the woke mind virus.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that would be like.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and there's lots of people in that situation now.
Right.
It's not pretty, and lots of demolished kids.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's a good reason to be the final straw. All right, so let's.
So I vowed to destroy the woke mind virus after that, and we're making some progress.
Join the club.
Yeah.
Did that sound like a villain origin story to anyone but me? Like,
absolutely.
So I vowed to kill the woke mind. Like, what?
I genuinely thought that his child had passed away, and like the whole time, his child just has breasts now. Like, what are we doing here?
Like, what?
And then that other guy could not give a damn. Like, I think Elon paid him to do this interview because he's like, okay, now what? Let's move on. Like, let's keep going.
Ty, is it a villain origin story, or do you sympathize with Elon's decision to subscribe to ending democracy for $45 million a month?
I'm sorry, I did not hear you.
I said, I said, is that a villain origin story, or do you sympathize with Elon's decision to subscribe to ending democracy for $45 million a month?
Oh, Elon's always been a villain. He's like a weird guy. If anyone would be a villain, it would be him. It's actually strange to like watch. I usually don't watch him talk, but I saw that little clip, and it's like he's such a weirdo. He's like one of those people that you wouldn't. No one would listen to if you didn't have all this money sitting behind you. You'd just be like some babbling imbecile, and everybody would just ignore you.
No, 100%. I mean, but it's like, okay, let's take rights from everybody because my daughter pissed me off.
Mm-hmm. And also, like, why are we allowing him to weaponize the word woke? It actually drives me crazy when I see people do stuff like that because, like, woke is not that. It's not like we're allowing your child to take pills to slow down their hormones or speed up their hormones. Like,
Literally has nothing to do with being woke.
What'd you say, John?
I said, right. Literally has nothing to do with being woke. We don't know what you're talking about.
Like, and like we allow people to weaponize that, and like I hate that. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
And also, your daughter hates you. Not like that has nothing to do with the rest of us.
Literally, anything that is progressive and a change is considered woke at this point. So just so you know, it's not. It used to be just blacks. Now DEI is the new woke. So when they want to specifically target us, they say DEI.
The N-word.
Yeah, exactly. Right. When they want to get that out and they want to just make sure that they're talking to us and about us, to boo, to you, by you, they use DEI. Okay, that's what they use now. Used to be woke.
Thing that I think is really crazy about this Elon Musk thing is like your child is still very much alive, and you guys probably have a strained relationship because you're not willing to accept them for who they are. So you're sitting here mourning a child that you could have a relationship with if you accepted them for who they are.
But they're not a boy anymore, so I can't.
But now you're saying they're dead. Like that is crazy as hell.
And I think they're conflating the term dead name or dead existence with actually being dead. Like that just dead name just means don't call me that anymore. Like that's all that means. It doesn't mean now if they don't want to associate with you, that's a completely separate issue. Okay. These are two separate issues, right? Their dead name and them not talking to you anymore are two separate issues. I think he's conflating them into meaning because they changed their identity, they don't want anything to do with me. No, they changed their identity and they want nothing to do with you. They're two separate things. So it is what it is. But of course, you can't tell that to the richest man in the world because who do you have to listen to? Why would I listen to you? I'm poor. Did you guys see the Family Feud? Celebrity Family Feud. Who is the greatest rapper of all time? Thing.
Yeah, well, I saw that Steve Harvey made an apology for it, which I
did. You see what the list was?
I think I saw that like Jay-Z was.
Well, don't say nothing because we're gonna play.
Okay.
I didn't ask. I just asked if you saw it.
Sorry. Yes, I saw it.
Okay, so we're going to play Team Ty and Team Dex in a quick game of Family Feud, and we're going to see if you guys can vote like America voted. And this is, if you have seen it, Dex, you have an advantage. Ty, if you haven't seen it, you might be screwed.
I didn't. So
okay, well, I'm sorry because this might not end up too well for you, but in the end, I trust that you'll accept the result and you'll play along, right?
I won't. It's rigged.
Okay. Can we see the screen here? Oh, here we go. All right. So let me move us out the screen so people can actually see. All right. So we were going to play Family Feud, the feud. What a time. What a time to be alive. All right. So I want you guys to let me know who is, let's see what the question is. And we're going to slap the table because we don't have buzzers, right? So just slap your table or whatever device you're on and the judge who buzzed in first. And then and do not spit out a word until you recognize, because I'm not doing that today. Okay.
Okay.
What's happening right now?
It's like a bootleg Family Feud.
You set it up like it sounds more like Jeopardy. Is it Family Feud or Jeopardy?
It's Family Feud. It's the feud. Come on. Okay. Stop playing around. All right. So here's the question. Who is the greatest rapper of all time? Slap. All right, Dex, go ahead.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne. Was Lil Wayne even on the damn list? Hold on, let me check. I gotta check the results. Hold on. You said Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
I don't think Lil Wayne was on the list. Let me just verify this. Sorry, I should have been more prepared at the moment. Lil Wayne. All right. So survey. Survey says. All right, Todd, go ahead. Who's on?
Vanilla Ice.
Come on.
Drake.
Oh my God.
The Notorious B.I.G.
Okay, I think we got somewhere. All right, Ty, we gonna play or we gonna pass?
I'm gonna pass.
Oh, okay. Okay. So he's just playing a one-hitter quitter. All right, Dex. You gotta fill out the board to win.
Jay-Z.
Okay. Jay-Z.
I'm gonna play.
I mean,
you already
passed it. You got it.
Oh, sorry. Tupac.
Tupac. Okay.
This is as far as I can get now.
Who's the
Kendrick
greatest
Lamar.
rapper? Kendrick Lamar. Survey says. All right, that's your first one, Dex. Bad answer. Bad answer. Bad answer.
Bad answer. Bad answer.
Who is the greatest rapper of all time? Got 3 seconds.
This is Tyrone.
No, this is you, Dex. Come on.
Oh, still me?
Yes, you get 3 strikes.
Are you not play Family Feud?
You don't got no family.
Kanye West.
All right, Ty. The question is up to you. Let me just go ahead and reread the question for everyone who is involved. The question is, who is the greatest rapper of all time? Asked 100 people, got 100 answers. Who is the greatest rapper of all time?
For our last, we're gonna go with who we going with? Family. We're gonna go with Eminem.
Oh, I didn't think about that. You probably number one.
Yes, Ty wins.
Good answer. Woo!
Congratulations, Ty. What would you like to say to the people as far as your award goes?
I think you all had a couple of the greats on there. There were some missteps along the way, and that's okay. And we are very proud of the work we've done as a family, and we'd love to continue the rap legacy.
Wait, can I know who was number one?
Number one was Snoop Doggy Dogg.
That's interesting.
What do you mean?
That was not. It's on par.
On par. So the top 8 was Snoop Dogg, Tupac, Eminem. Then it went Dr. Dre was 4.
That's interesting.
Greatest rappers.
Who did they survey? They surveyed.
Dre was 4. LL Cool J was 5. Biggie was 6. 50 Cent was 7. Jay-Z was 8.
The Dr. Dre's a better rapper than Biggie Smalls. Okay.
No signs of Dylon. I love that Ty got into it at the end. We love when Ty shows emotion. He tries not to. But we love it. All right. What would you rank that list? 0 out of 10?
0.
100% 0. Okay.
Where's Drake at?
Not on the list at all. Not on it.
It's weird that people who would create a list like that would not include Drake. I do agree with that. Like, because that list.
They're surveying nursing homes. Like,
at first, when I saw this, like, they were saying that was like his apology. Like, why would he apologize for it? That's stupid. Now I see why he apologized. You need to apologize again, actually.
That was the actual list that they had on Family Feud?
Yeah, that was the list. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought you made that up.
No, I did. It wasn't my.
That's serious.
I want nothing to do with that. I was just.
I thought it was a good joke. Oh, I can't believe that.
I was not creative at all. I just remade it. That's all. All right, let's get to hit it. All right, time for hit it and quit it, guys. Last week, we talked about a new judge in the RICO trial against YSL members, and so just in the span of 2 weeks, the trial cycled through 3 different judges. Shakira Ingram has now been recused from the Young Thug illegal case due to an improper relationship between a defendant and one of her former deputies. So she wasn't directly connected, but someone she knew hit it off with one of the defendants. And it looks bad for her to be on the case. This follows the recusal of Judge Earl Glanville, who was criticized for a meeting with prosecutors and a witness. Now, Judge Paige Reese Whitaker is taking the helm. And Miss Paige, don't play. Judge Whitaker, who acknowledged her unfamiliarity with the case, is determined to move forward efficiently. She has set a strict courtroom schedule and several rules, as you can see here, including no more eating in court, no more extensive wardrobes for the defendants. You get 1 outfit per day. So that means you get 5 outfits per week. You don't get to bring 25 outfits to her courtroom. She's not having it. Okay? Defendants also can't be using them AirPods inside of her courtroom, and there's going to be no gap between these witnesses. She's letting everyone know that what it was isn't what it's going to be. Here's what she had to say about everything.
So I hesitate to even say the next thing I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. The little bit I have seen about this case, it definitely has appeared that there have been times that tempers have flared a whole lot and that people have been maybe less than professional. And I hope that this kind of breather has given everybody a breather, and everybody has been absolutely wonderful here today. But I would like for us to maintain a degree of decorum and dignity and professionalism. That is what is really expected of all of us as members of the bar. I don't want to have to say anything beyond that, okay? But if it gets to a point where I think that is not being carried out appropriately, we're gonna all have to talk.
Ty, what kind of leadership is that? What did you say that was the other day when I did that?
Oh man, I forgot. I'm sorry.
That's some good leadership. At
first I was gonna say, like, these people can't get it together. Just go ahead and dismiss the case. Now I guarantee you that case is gonna get filled down. Now ain't no foolishness going on in her courtroom.
No foolishness.
She definitely listen. We will know very quickly, and very soon. She's going to jail. She's not going to jail.
In short order. Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you think this is just a series of unfortunate events for Young Thug, or do you think this is an indictment of the judicial system? He's had 3 judges.
At the end of the line right now. That's what I think.
Okay. See what happens next. Guess who's getting ready to light up the Paris Olympics? None other than the #1 rapper on that list, Snoop Doggy Dogg. He's going to be one of the
This is
final.
what Snoop Dogg won. White people are obsessed with this man. He can just do. He can have a murder trial and still cook with Martha Stewart and represent the United States of America.
Literally.
Ain't God good?
He'll be one of the final torchbearers for the 2024 games, carrying the flame through Saint Denis or San Denis.
Carrying
huh?
with them little arms.
Your 2 hands.
That's gonna be a sight to see.
They get that little thing to put around your chest. So he's not really carrying it. It's like a little holster. He just got to hold it up. The last stop, that's where Snoop Dogg's going to take it right before it hits the Eiffel Tower. Snoop's already touched down in Paris, posting the following on social media. You ready? Paris 2024 Olympics. You dig? And he's not stopping there. He'll be part of Universal's Olympic coverage, dropping regular updates and checking out the city's iconic spots for NBC. LeBron James, on the other hand, was also announced as the male flag bearer for the opening ceremony. So my question to you guys is, greater American, Snoop Dogg or LeBron James?
Snoop Dogg. LeBron was kneeling at one point. Like, he was real like Black Lives Matter.
What's wrong with kneeling?
I'm just saying, like, as far as for America, like, America didn't want to.
That's American. Kneeling was American. I don't want you to co-opt this and act like kneeling is being.
Kneeling is the same America that's ready for like Kamala Harris and Pete Buttigieg. That's kneeling for that kind of America. But America, Project 2025 America, we're gonna go with Snoop Dogg.
Oh my God, you're not part of them. They're the minority. Okay.
LeBron James is literally the perfect citizen. Always has been. Probably always will be.
And it's still Snoop Dogg.
I have friends that remind me of LeBron James and his absolute perfection. So I don't understand how he's who we pretend we are.
He's who he pretends that he is.
He's pretending good too, keeping y'all out of his business.
Out of everything, but married to the same woman. Has kids who are actually achieving
He's
things.
the biggest dirtbag in the world, but he keeps us out of his business. That's America.
The only problem he had was when he went in that whole China thing, and he shouldn't have really stepped into that. That was he stepped in there. But outside of that, LeBron, he's been a clean, especially someone who's been under the microscope. But the answer is Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Dogg shows, honestly, the best of America. You can, like Dex said, be on trial for murder. You can redeem yourself and be America's sweetheart now. He's everywhere. You ain't never there. So Snoop Dogg is clearly the answer. Greatest American ever. Well, maybe not ever, but
and he still has a handful
greatest living American, I think, is Snoop Dogg.
Commit atrocities and pretend they didn't happen. That's America.
Exactly. What's more American than that? Okay, let's not act like LeBron's too good for us. We don't deserve LeBron.
LeBron is not too good for us. He don't even have all his hair.
That's not his fault.
Yes, it is his fault. Cut it off like the rest of us.
Oh, come on. All right, moving on. Over the weekend, last but not least, a video surfaced showing Meek Mill getting a little too carried away. The clip, which since has gone viral, have you guys seen it? It features Philadelphia's own Meek Mill on his favorite choice of transportation, an ATV.
He was riding an ATV and got a flashback of the Diddy parties.
If you recall, Meek was arrested and jailed in 2017 for riding an ATV through Manhattan, a stunt that drew both legal trouble and a lot of public attention. He later fell off an ATV and posted it to his Instagram in 2020. So quite a history with that vehicle. He's also been named in that Diddy lawsuit alleging that he has had sexual contact with minors, among other assumptions. So it seems like a combination of things, ATVs and sex, that Meek Mill needs to stay away from. I'm not of the Philly street culture, but you guys are. Is freaking an ATV a thing in the Philly streets?
Oh my God, freaking it, backflipping on it, backflipping and freaking other people while you're on it, popping wheelies, riding it down, like riding it through the graveyards and whatnot. Like they do it all on ATVs. It actually is insane, to be honest with you.
Acrobats.
Yeah, they are.
They're quite talented, but just in the way. I just think that Meek Mill needs to take some time away from social media and posting videos of any kind, because literally everything he posts gets associated with how gay he looks with Diddy. I think it's like, if you wanna, he just needs to stop for a while. Like, oh, those are the Diddy. Like, nothing he can do.
Imagine, no, Todd. Just imagine
Yeah,
if
you're
he's
right. Everything
posting
he
these
posts.
things on social media, right? Just imagine what he's doing that he's not posting. Like, you live a very wild life, boy.
I want everything he does to be not posted. Like, when you do post, right, and you got all this stuff in the news, is it the best choice to post you humping the air while riding a vehicle? Is
And
that
it's not even like someone posted it and got him. Like, that was posted on his account. Like, someone
Which means he's
videoed
like,
him,
send
sent
me
him the
that.
video. Exactly, send me that, and he uploaded that to the internet. So it's not even like someone posted on his behalf.
what happened to all the PR people? Like, what are they doing?
They're not
He
getting
fired
paid.
them.
Yeah, they're not getting paid.
He's also not touchable. Like, what PR person is going to work with that? Like, what are we supposed to do?
I mean, he has Michael Rubin. You know, what do you need?
Yeah, okay.
Get right to the white parties. All right. That was the scoop. For more and clips, if you missed anything from this week's episode, hit us up at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@BroTalk Live.
I got a question.
All right, and we will welcome our host of Q&A today, Ty.
Oh, no Dexter. Oh, we got Dexter does it.
You do.
Awesome.
Dexter's going to do it today.
All right, let's do it.
You gonna okay? No prerequisite, nothing. Okay.
Oh, I'm not doing all that will stuff. We're good.
Okay. It's been 10 years. We're good. People should know what the segment is by now.
Oh no, it's Q&A. You're gonna tell us Will's gonna do his level best. Yada yada. Let's get this. I've got a situation that's been bugging me, and I could use some advice. I got my car detailed at a shop in downtown Chicago. I meant to move my spare change, about $10 in change in bills, blah blah, out of the car, but forgot. When I got my car back, the money was gone, but the dimes, nickels, and pennies were still there. I emailed the owner the next day, and he called me to apologize and even refunded the full price of the car detail. I told him the refund wasn't necessary. I just wanted to let him know what happened. He got defensive because I used the word steal in my email, and our conversation ended awkwardly. Now I feel bad about the whole thing, even though I was just trying to be cool. The thing is, the owner mentioned that if I named the person responsible, they would be fired. So I decided to withhold the name. Now I'm wondering if I'm too nice. What are some ways to toughen up and be more assertive? Any mindsets I can implement so I don't get taken advantage of?
They asked us because they know we mean.
Because they know everybody on this show is mean as hell. Mean as a pistol. Everybody on this show.
I feel like if you feel like you're being too mean, you're not being too mean. If you're naturally a non-mean person, but you have to know that for yourself, and you have to be honest with yourself. Like, there's some people that don't think that they're mean, and come on, let's be serious. Like, you're an asshole to everybody. But if you're normally not, you feel like you have a good heart and good discernment, don't underestimate the power of being mean. It is very important for you to be able to say no. It's very important for you to make an impression. It's very important for you to be able to stand up to yourself, or stand up for yourself, I should say, in situations.
So I'm not a mean person, so I don't really know how to teach you how to be meaner. But one thing I can say to you is this. Once you've achieved your objective, then you stop. I don't understand why this kept going. Like, you said, hey, one of y'all stole my shit, and they said, okay, we'll refund you for the whole thing. You say, thank you very much, and you move on with life. Like, why'd you go back and forth? Why'd you continue this conversation? Oh, I didn't really mean to this. Like, the extraness, like, that's kind of where you go wrong. I guess that's what nice people do, is they bend over backwards to try to accommodate other people. You had an issue. You reached out, they solved your issue, the conversation's over, you got your refund. You can choose to go back to that spot again or not go back to that spot again. But the conversation was done. The matter was laid to bed. And I think that's your issue. You being too nice is not your issue. You're annoyingly I don't know. Like what was
He's
that?
right. You talk too much. And I can relate to that. I talk too much too. Like I am a talker. So like I completely understand where you're coming from. But I'm also like very nasty. So like if you stole money from me, I do want you to be fired. And I would have told their name. So I think that like truthfully, you should just lay out everything at the beginning. Because if this was me, like I would have said, this person stole my money because this is who worked on the car. And if I don't know exactly who it was, I would describe what they look like. Get them fired from the beginning. So I get you fired and I get my money back. And we done with this.
Yeah, 100%. Like we don't need to go through all these theatrics. I mean, if the person needs to get fired, they stole from me at the end of the day. I mean, it is.
Guess what? If they stole from you, they would steal from me too. And I'd rather you get rid of them before I go to Chicago and get my car washed or detailed.
Exactly. And I'm a big proponent of you put yourself in the situation. So you should have went to a reputable car wash first. So partially it's your fault. And then B, if the person stole something from you and they got caught, they put themselves in that situation too. So they should also be held accountable.
Maybe they thought he was leaving the $10 as a tip to them.
You didn't think that. Why you took the diamonds?
Why you leave them nickels in exactly? In
I didn't want those. I didn't want those. The $10
to help yourself to some money that's in somebody's console. Are you crazy?
I don't know that I would have bothered.
Well, maybe okay. Well, what I could say is in favor. Oh, I've seen this happen at a car wash that I go to. So they might remove the change or something in order to clean that little receptacle that's there in the middle, scrub it out. And while they're holding, like they put the money in their pocket in order to, use both hands to clean it momentarily. And they could have,
on the seat.
They could have just forgotten that it was there. And
no, put it on the seat. Don't put my money in your pocket.
I'm not saying that they're not flawed in their actions, but it could have been an honest mistake.
It could have been
I'm
not even going as far as to like get someone fired. Like if they offered a refund to me, which is the best they can do, like that's the highest level of service. Now I got literally got a car wash for $10, a detail for $10, right? That's the best I can do. I'm not as going as far as to get you fired. No, you'll find a way to get fired. It won't be.
You did find a way, and I'm going to be the one to do it. I got to get you. I got it.
But what you do? You looking at their name tag? You gonna make them line up in a row
anytime
like
somebody
jail?
services me? Anytime somebody services me, I know I can tell you exactly what they look like, and I can tell you their name until I don't need to have the information in my brain anymore. Every single time, because I'm always ready to call the manager. Always ready. And guess what? I never have cash on me. I'm not a cash guy. So if I have cash, that means I actually went to the bank to get that cash out, and I probably needed to get across the bridge or something like that. And you stole it. You are out of here.
You are okay, Karen.
I am here.
Whatever you want to be called. What's the male version of Karen?
Dexter. That's the male version of Karen.
Thank you for your questions. Go ahead, close us out, Ty.
If you have other questions, hit our website. And while you're there, share our videos and keep reposting our stuff because there's a lot of work that goes into the show. Don't just be posting questions.
Amen. ProTalkLive.com. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I got a little excited. So last week, you guys remember what the category was?
No.
It was karma.
Probably something wildly offensive.
So this week we're doing karma, but it's involving cars. That's
your mind's so powerful.
It's crazy. Crazy. Y'all can't take it. All right. So karma, clips involving cars and what people do with them. First one up is titled Last Ride. This is young man was a taxi driver for many years.
If I was a
So
taxi driver all my life,
and you put me to work in my death too.
why did you put me in a limo? Like, I'm dead now. Give me some dignity.
That cardboard box, you ain't like that.
Like, what are we doing here?
I guess I'd be okay if you did ridiculous things with my body, but I want it to be super dope. Like put me in a Ferrari, like not that thing you made.
Okay, well, you gotta pay for them to prop you up because you gotta pay for that extra glue in order for them to fuse your hip.
So see, you're wasting money, and it wasn't even fabulous. I could like if you're gonna waste money, we're gonna waste it. Like,
pay for that extra super glue they put on your hips.
And then you were dancing around me in a taxi cab. Like that's what killed me. I'm driving
I was
a
taxi driver. I didn't wake up and like become passionate about taxi driving. I did that to make money. I don't want to be at work in my car.
You don't know. Maybe he grew up wanting to be a taxy driver.
Nobody grows up wanting to be a taxi driver.
Then you just fall into that kind of work.
Yeah. And then
we don't know the circumstances surrounding his death, so maybe this was.
I bet you it was a car related one.
Maybe
I
it was
bet you that taxi probably killed him.
Yeah, the stress.
All right, this next one is called Crash Course. This is what happens when someone tries to cross either some sort of border or security checkpoint.
Wow! 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 Holy
because you thought they weren't prepared for you to try that. You think you're the first person that thought you think they weren't prepared for that?
I know what that was. I've been there before.
What was that?
Des, you ever go on a trip like vacation? You park at the airport and then you realize you don't got no money.
You
like
trying to get out of there. And that's them reverse spikes.
And
because you're like, damn, I done spent all my money on vacation. I ain't got no money to get out of here. I gotta just zoom through.
The reverse spikes ain't no joke. All right. So yeah, that was Crash Course. Next up, we have Jumpman. These are people who need a jump after a robbery.
Ridiculous.
That's the one right there. Go ahead and send it to the award show.
That thing was trying to turn over.
You can't make something. You can't even make that up.
Oh god! Wow!
Ridiculous.
They done stripped the starter. That starter is stripped.
With a paper towel, ridiculous.
You know what's funny though? Like, did you notice as she was taking the cart back, like he grabbed a handful of the stuff and put it in the stove? Like, you're going to jail. Like, why'd you take the rest? The police on the rest.
Oh boy, God do not like ugly.
He was grinding that key in that ignition.
You know, when that man finished getting putting that stuff in the car, he was screaming at the guy like, "Go, make the car move! We can't sit here."
Man, before you rob a store, you got to get a tune-up.
Got to
make sure everything's all right.
And last but not least, this one's called Humpty Dumpty because it involves eggs and cracking.
Damn! They in the boot front. Hey, look at it. Oh, here they get outside. Damn! They just got smacked. Ooh! They on the way.
Rest in peace, Dum Dum.
Damn.
So yeah, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Man. So yeah, which one we go? Which one we going with? No word on the condition of the Humpty Dumpty one. I hope everything's okay.
Oh, they had a great fall, all right.
That door was open when it got hit, so
You can't put that bad boy together again.
But that was the door from the other side. That wasn't
Yeah.
like
Yeah, as they flew out of it.
yeah, right? You're on the path and they wear you out this way. This is going to take you in what direction?
so the inertia. So they should be okay. You know, tuck and roll. They should be all right. Maybe a little.
Yeah, they tucking and rolling, all right. They tucking and rolling in that taxi cab as they spinning around. Oh, Jumpman is the one. That is like, I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Jumpman.
Those were both really crazy for me. I'm still gonna go with C2, but I'm going to revisit Humpty Dumpty sometime on my own time.
Where you can really analyze the situation.
Really analyze what's going on. I didn't know where her body went when that car hit her.
You know, okay. Last ride. Do you think that's good? We're not going with the spinneroonie. The
No, that was
nice.
That was an abomination. We're not doing that.
Okay. All right. The winner of Karma is going to be Jumpman. Dex, we ready?
Yes.
Let's do it.
And here we go.
Dexter does it, yeah, you know I'm the man. Trying out the favors, sticking with the plan. Wanna take you on a journey, show you how it's done. Dexter's in the house, let's have some fun.
All
All
right.
right, so this week's Dexter Does It. I realize now I was supposed to do something specifically that Jason asked me to do, but I guess I just decided not to. But
Well, it was
this
2
week's,
weeks late, so it's dead.
I've been dying to actually do this, and I finally found it in the stores. There's multiple flavors of it, but I'm trying the Skittles drink. I've seen this.
That looks like bubbles.
Huh?
I've never seen that before.
That looks like bubbles. You know, like the
It does
bubbles
like
that
bubbles.
you do for your
Yeah.
kids.
They have like multiple flavors. There's like a wild berry one, original.
Why is the
How many
top
did you
so-
get?
That's like bubbles.
I only got the one, but this is the
Oh,
sour
you
Skittle
got
flavor.
You should got all of them. Okay, so the challenge is you're gonna try to down it in how many seconds?
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
Is that the challenge?
Let's just see
We
what
want-
it tastes like first.
We don't want. It's not a taste test. We want you to drink the
Not
whole
a taste,
bottle.
yeah.
There's
We
32
can't
grams
sell
of
'em.
sugar in this. I can't be drinking stuff like that. And you know what's crazy? This thing says naturally flavored drink. There's nothing natural about the flavors in this drink. I can guarantee you that.
Naturally
Is it
flavored by
soda
bubbles.
or is
I
it
don't know.
juice?
I can't. I don't know.
Taste
It's just
it first, and then we're gonna need
it's
you to
just-
chug.
1% juice.
Okay, we need you to chug as long as you possibly
No.
can.
It does not
Um,
smell good. I can tell you that.
Okay. All right,
don't
so
taste
you got okay,
All
you
right,
got the
perfect.
taste.
It's just
All right,
nasty
perfect.
enough. Chug,
So
chug.
we're ready. We're gonna time you and see if we can beat the score with the next drink you try. Ready? Let's go. Go.
And go.
Okay, so he's going. It's been 5 seconds.
Deep throat it. Go, go.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, I know them jaws is tightening up because them sour Skittles.
It's a.
Oh,
I did a lot.
You did a strong 15 seconds.
That was nothing.
You come do it. You come drink the rest of it then. You
My
come
throat
do
isn't as experienced as yours.
That is a
No, that's
Is it
not
soda?
No, I think it's like a juice. But it's like one of those juices that you drink and immediately you need to go brush your teeth. Like I can feel it all around. Like it's just
Is it like it's like an energy drink?
feels like it definitely feels like a sugar rush for sure.
That's disgusting. Where did you purchase that at?
I had to go to a hood gas station to get it. Like you have
Oh,
to
I
go
know,
to like,
that's right.
you have to go to North Philadelphia to like get these. Like they do not sell them at like the A pluses and the Wawas. You
They're
don't
not
get
feeding that. They're not feeding that to the Trump supporters.
No, they are not.
I've never seen that before.
Only does Kamala supporters. Okay, I see how that's going.
And that has
Terrible.
been Dexter Does It for the week.
All right, wonderful. Dex, thanks for doing that to us, or for us, I should say, not to us, for us, because we wasn't doing it at all. We wish Bill the absolute best. Don't forget, subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/Bros Talk Live. We're really trying to grow that space out. And make sure you share some clips so when you get a chance. We would really appreciate that. Okay. Do you guys have any shout outs to give to people? I would like to shout out all the people who commented tonight. Eric, Darren, Keeping It Finance, I guess, who looks like an Andy Bashir stan. So shout out to you for watching, sir. We really appreciate you as well. Do you guys have anybody else you'd like to shout out tonight?
Yep, just everybody for tuning in, for watching. These two guys, for like entertaining. Will as well. Like, just
we do wish Will the best. He's undergoing some physical ailments and also some mental purgatories. So we hope that he gets through all of those and he's back and better than ever next week. Amen.
Amen.
Okay.
All right.
For Dex, for Ty, for Bill, this has been another edition of Bro Talk Live. Thanks for tuning in on a Tuesday night, 11:18 at night. We will see you guys next week. Peace out. Boom.